Here's my list of the top 10 Black X-Men. Since Marvel is now entering a new era with the From the Ashes X-Men, and Kevin Feige has pretty much said that we are now entering the mutant era at Marvel, I felt it'd be time to express some of my favorite Black mutants. Number 10, Joanna Cargill. But, now that I've said it out loud, give her a few acting lessons if they ever do Frenzy. Yeah. But back to what I said, Joanna Cargill, aka Frenzy. Frenzy made her first debut in X Factor number 4 in 1986. Originally a villain and later an acolyte of Magneto, she went on to join the X-Men, becoming a valuable member of the team, later becoming the mutant liaison for all space with the Sword organization, which had one of my favorite moments when she wound up knocking out a symbiote-possessed Cable and told him, "Be lucky I didn't get with your daddy because this be considered child abuse." Damn! With superhuman strength, durability, and invulnerability, Frenzy is not to be messed with. Number 9, Gentle or Nenzo Adabini. Gentle made his first appearance in New X-Men number 23 in 2006. Having served originally as a member of the Xavier School, he went on to serve with Jean Grey on the X-Men Red Team. Gentle is a Wakandan mutant who has extreme strength and durability, but it has to be tempered by these vibranium tattoos he wears, because pretty much every time he used his powers, it was tearing him apart and causing him great pain. The tattoos were used to keep this in check. He later found out this was done by the people of Wakanda as a kind of psychosomatic thing, and actually his pain was coming from himself, pretty much as a way of keeping it in check. Jean Grey revealed this to him, and I think he actually took out the Hulk once. Great character with a lot of potential, and I hope to see more from him. I'm surprised I haven't done a deep dive on him yet. Let me know if y'all want to see that. Number 8, Cecilia Reyes. What's interesting about Cecilia is that she actually made her debut in 1997 to go up against Operation Zero Tolerance. If you watch the cartoon, that's what the main plot was, which went down in her debut in X-Men number 65, where she became a vital member of the team, helping Iceman take down Bastion. Dr. Cecilia Reyes was a gifted doctor with a mutant ability to create protective force fields around herself. The main thing about her is that she wanted to be a doctor more than an X-Men. But as time went along, she wound up finding offensive use for her force fields as well, but stepped away from the team when she decided to just go ahead and become a doctor, though she does get called back to the X-Men a lot as their resident physician. Number 7, Darwin. Darwin, or Armando, please don't come for me if I pronounce this wrong, Munoz, made his first appearance in X-Men Deadly Genesis number 2 in 2006. In that storyline, it was revealed that Darwin, along with a few other mutants, was tasked with saving the original X-Men team for Krakoa, but they all wound up getting wiped out, where he wound up fusing his energy with the mutant Vulcan, but later came back. Darwin has the interesting mutant ability of adaptive evolution. For all intents and purposes, he can't die because anything that tries to kill him, he'll adapt to it to save himself. He got stuck in space once and made it that he didn't need to breathe. One of my favorite uses of his ability is when he went up against the Hulk, who kept fighting him. He kept getting stronger and stronger, but his power realized this was futile and just teleported him away because it felt the safest way for him to save himself was to not be there fighting the Hulk. And surprisingly, I think he's one of the only ones to make a live action debut, which was in X-Men First Class, which I'm still mad about because he shouldn't have died. Darwin has gone on to be a vital member of the X-Men team, especially for stealth missions, making him a very hard character to take off the board. Number 6, Monet St. Croix, or M. M made her first appearance in the Uncanny X-Men number 316 in 1994, going on to becoming a founding member of Generation X, which is supposed to be the next generation of mutants. M was captured by the Phalanx Covenant so they could figure out how to assimilate mutants. Later escaping with her fellow New Mutants, I guess that's what I'm going to use here, she went on to help defeat the Phalanx, as well as I said, joining Generation X, where she appeared for many years before going on to later join the X-Men. M has to have probably one of the most confusing stories. I've done a deep dive on her before. Let's just say it involves her brother, her twin sisters, and the character of Penance. The less said, the better. For all intents and purposes, M is the X-Men Superman. Her power is that she's perfect. She has telepathy, invulnerability, flight, you name it. This woman pretty much has it, and she has no problem telling you so. She has the cockiness to back up her confidence, and she's the resident powerhouse they need when some people like Rogue or say Colossus aren't available. Number 5, Prodigy. Prodigy, or David Elaine, made his first appearance in The New Mutants number 4 in 2003. Prodigy is pretty much the X-Men's resident man in the chair. His mutant ability allows him to get the knowledge of and skills of anyone around him. The only caveat being that when that person leaves, he forgets everything that he knew. At one point, he wound up losing his powers, but he had the, I guess, prior memories unlocked in his head, giving him a bevy of information that allowed him to create his own science, fighting style, and more. Having served on X Factor, the X-Men, the Young Avengers, and more, Prodigy pretty much holds the skills and knowledge of every X-Men character around him, pretty much allowing him to fight off anyone because he knows what they're going to do before they do it. Here we go, top 4. Synch. Synch, or Everett Thomas, made his first appearance in the X-Men number 36 in 1994, along with Monet. Unlike M, his character was actually saved by the White Queen and Banshee and went on to help them find the other mutants and save them from the Phalanx. From there, the character went on to join Generation X, where unfortunately, during the end of that comic book's run, his character was killed off. Though during the Krakoan era, he was brought back, where he has had a very prominent part, becoming a member of the X-Men due to the fact he holds knowledge on how to defeat the Children of the Vault. Synch originally had the mutant ability to get in sync up to 5 feet with whatever mutant was available to him and use their powers. After his time in the Vault, where he learned to use his powers over a course of probably 100 years, he now can take the power of any mutant around him, super person, or anyone that he has a memory of. With the caveat being that if the mutant or superpowered individual isn't around him and he uses the power, he ages up the longer he uses it. He had a very prominent role in the last 2-3 years during the X-Men run. I hope to see more from him in the future, and they've really put him like in the forefront of the X-Men. I'm really hoping he's one of the first mutants we see when they do debut. Number 3, Sunspot. A lot of you probably got your first introduction to this character during the X-Men 97, where he pretty much took the Jubilee role. But yeah, this guy's been around since 1982, where he made his first appearance in Marvel graphic novel number 4, The New Mutants, pretty much being the, I guess we would say second generation of New Mutants for the X-Men. Maybe it is third. Sunspot has served with the New Mutants, X-Force as a founding member, the Avengers, the X-Men, X Factor, you name it, this dude has been on just about every team. And if you asked him what his superpower was, he'd say money. Lie to you not. In order to defeat their enemies AIM, he just bought the company. The character actually has the mutant ability to absorb solar energy, which he can use to fly, fire projectiles, but in the original sense of his character, it was mainly to give him extra strength or durability. Sunspot has proven that with his keen mind and business sense, he is one of the best leaders in the Marvel universe right now. Using his flamboyant playboy nature to undermine how people view him as a character until he brings out the big guns and takes you down. I'm glad X-Men 97 did this character justice. Number 2, Bishop. Bishop, or Lucas Bishop, made his first appearance in the Uncanny X-Men number 282 in 1991. Bishop hails from a dystopian future and is a skilled fighter with the mutant ability to absorb and redirect any type of energy. The character was originally supposed to debut as a Filipino character, but due to the fact that Marvel got so many letters about when would the first black male X-Men character debut, they did change his race. From there, he's gone on to be a resident member of the team, saving them on numerous times. Steadfast in trying to change the team for the future so that his time doesn't ever happen. Bishop is just that dude that you do not want to mess with a steadfast determination to change the future no matter what. Number 1, was there ever any doubt? The goddess, the one and only, she is her, Storm. Aurora Monroe, or Storm, made her first appearance in Giant Size X-Men number 1 in 1975. What can I say? One of the most iconic X-Men with her ability to control weather. She's led the team numerous times with and without powers. Has been an Asgardian god, a queen of Wakanda, been on the Avengers, and was the complete regent for the, I guess, Milky Way galaxy at one point. She's not just one of the best X-Men, she's one of the best characters in comics, period. With a story that's always changing and evolving, she has to be one of the first mutants that they debut when they finally make it to the big screen. Well, again anyway, like MCU. As Cyclops is the manifestation of the ideal of the X-Men, Storm is the manifestation of its heart. By being a black woman and a mutant, she is always striving to better her people and everyone else, and she just commands this following. All hail the Queen.